Let me first say to Reverend Sharpton that it was not my idea to have Bishop Sapp sing. The board did not take a vote. That was the chair's pleasure.
Thank you, Judge.
And I also want to thank you for having the mayor come up and speak after you, because my daddy taught me many, many years ago that I should never follow a preacher. And so I'm glad the mayor followed him. And I get to follow the mayor. Amen?
Amen. Speak with Johnny Green sitting right in front looking at him. Good cop, bad cop.
Good cop, bad cop. I want you to know that I'm delighted that we're all here. I'm delighted when we come together every year at this time during the National Action Network Convention to fellowship, to be reminded of the work that we're here to do, and to recognize faith leaders. This time, today, 3 faith leaders who are committing themselves to social justice and fighting for all of us. Reverend Bishop Swan, Bishop Sapp, and my current pastor, Reverend Adolphus Lacey. Let's give them a hand. So they're all following in the tradition of great African American faith leaders, Reverend Sharpton, Reverend Richardson, Dr. King, Reverend Abernathy. The list goes on and on and on, and I add to that list my father, Reverend Dr. William Augustus Jones. 11 years ago, it doesn't seem like 11 years ago, but 11 years ago he passed away. And Reverend Sharpton immediately decided and determined that he was going to make sure that whenever people were gathered in a cause to fight for our community, to fight for our people, that my father's name would be called. And so he determined to co-name this luncheon, this annual luncheon, the William Augustus Jones Jr. Luncheon. And for him, I'm grateful for that. I can tell you that since my father died, I've learned a lot about us as a people. I've learned how we honor or we don't honor the people whose lives have impacted us in tremendous ways. How in some instances we seek to minimize the impact that they've had on us and how they've contributed to our growth and our well-being. We aim to not give them the credit that they deserve for impacting our lives, almost as though we're threatened by that. But that's not the case for Reverend Sharpton. He never hesitated while my dad was living to give him his due for helping to grow and transform his life. Beginning when he said he was just 13. And I want you to know he hasn't hesitated in all the years since. In fact, his honoring of my father seems to increase as the years go by. Just as my dad poured into him and gave him opportunity, he repeatedly, time and time again, does the same for me. So much of what I've been able to do in this city, in this state, and in this nation, opportunities that I've had to lead and to serve, have come about because Reverend Sharpton keeps pouring into me, increasing my platform, as Bishop Sapp has said, using his platform to give me a platform, embracing my talents, as my daddy would say, exploiting my talents for good. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. And so I know that Reverend Sharpton, he does these things because he believes in me. But I also know that he does them because he wants to honor my father and his father's memory. And I want to publicly, all the days of my life, whenever I have an opportunity, to acknowledge you for pouring into me and helping me to be a better me and to do what I need to do. So I'm going to take my seat, but I need to say a quick word about, what we're here for, what's at stake. This week at the convention, we've done so much to help make as clear as possible what is at stake at this time in our country and in our communities. And I find myself during this time constantly thinking about, in my work, trying to fight poverty perpetuating policies. What should I be doing? If my father were alive, what would he be doing? What would he be telling me to do? And then I remember his teachings and his preaching, certain words he would say.
Yeah.
Dad would say, freedom is the ability to say no to a lie,
Right.
to veto an untruth.
What?
The preacher is the freest man, the freest woman on earth.
That's right.
Find a field
That's right.
and leave it better than you found it.
Right.
In these words, I find the inspiration. I find the clarity that I need. I believe you can find the inspiration, the clarity that we all need. This is a time when we cannot sit silent. It's a time when we cannot afford to do nothing or to look to people, just Reverend Sharpton and Reverend Richardson and other members of the Board of National Action Network, to do the work while we just sit back.
Right.
This is a time when we've got to remember the faith leader's allegiance is to God and to no one else. He or she answers to no one but God.
Say it.
And because of this allegiance, he or she is free to say no to a lie, to veto an untruth,
Right.
to say no to alternative facts. My individual, my collective responsibility, your individual, your collective responsibility is to take the field you've been given, whether it be the church, the community, a political platform, whatever it is, to take that field and leave it better than you found it. To do otherwise is to not honor your God-given calling. This is our burden. This is our responsibility. And the time is now. Thank you.